You're still dead!
Alright, let's go back to this.
You're still dead.
Alright.
I just love that there's going to be a background triple sword fight.
It won't be on everything. I wasn't recording the podcast. I have two recording things going at the same time. I record the podcast audio, and I record the
YouTube.
like the YouTube thing is a different thing. It records the screen and stuff.
We have to say good game. You guys lost. I won. I cheated.
Could you get the door?
Told me. Plus my point.
All right. Hey everybody, welcome back to another session.
No.
Let's start from the beginning, please.
So, what's second period?
Second period?
We all have
we
PE.
all have
I have
PE.
science first period though. So I have.
Science, then PE.
I have
Everybody has
missed
PE?
first. Yeah,
Everybody
everybody all
has
has
PE.
PE second period.
So for Kat and I, it's math, PE, science, lunch, applied skills, off, history, LA. And Jamie has the same, but science and math are switched.
Yeah.
Alright.
So it's mostly the same.
I'm gonna keep asking you like what's on different periods and stuff. Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Because everything you just said was totally sensical and went right in one ear and out the other. Because I'm like peanuts, raisins, so good.
Do you still have coconut in there?
No. We'll get some later.
Can I have some nuts?
Yeah. Yeah. Here.
Thanks.
You guys want anything?
no,
I'm good.
I'm
Are you
good.
sure?
Let's just keep going.
All right. Yes. I know. All right. So PE, Sergeant Surge.
Oh no, this is.
Way to make the morning worse.
I know. Why does it gotta be in the morning? Like.
So he's like, Ember, report to counselor's office, second floor.
Hello.
You get a day off. All the rest of you outside track, since they're still repairing the gym.
Get out of jail free card.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
What's that? Nice. So,
You eat it anyways.
of course you are. Okay, so gym, track, running, outside. It's just outside track stuff. It's not just running, but it's like long jump stuff, things like that. The general thing with school is that in classes where you're going to show off your abilities, you're masked. So
I'm always masked.
people can at least pretend.
But it's
To not-
not obvious. The blind girl, and then she's blind, but like.
So she just wears the thing the whole time.
My
Yeah.
eyes are scary.
So she just wears the cowl basically full time. So you notice Palestine and Ember. Sorry, Palestine and Silhouette. That things seem a little bit off in gym, in track, field type stuff.
Wait, is Jack? What period does Jack have gym?
No.
We need to figure out Jack's schedule.
Stalker much?
No.
Have you
You
ever
eat
figured out the
toast every
schedule of a
morning.
completely different person at middle school? Just to know
I
what class
have.
they're in all the time?
Multiple
I have. It
times.
used to be a really fun game because any class I had with them, I'd then be able to tell what the rest of their schedule was based on their team.
Actually, no. I never completely figured out anyone's schedule.
Oh, I used
Oh,
to
I
do that
did.
all the time. It's really
It's so fun.
Like I would do that too if you have not as like a stalker, but just like if you have one class
But
with
then
them.
you can figure out the rest of their
No.
schedule. But it doesn't work in 7th or 8th grade because we don't have teams.
I've never done that.
I'm not remotely surprised that you haven't.
What?
It's just not how you're wired for that kind of stuff.
Or if I knew two of their
I figured out the
classes
classes
I could figure out
that
their
are important to me. So I don't have. I know that Rachel has a first period band and second period band and first
Just so you
period
guys
art.
aren't important. Just
No, Jamie has first period band with me. I have no idea any of the classes that you have
Because
because I don't care.
Oh,
I had
wow.
student aid, and then now I have French.
Yeah, I know
Or
that
I
you have
had
student
French.
aid first period now because I had to
I don't have it anymore.
run you the dice bag,
'Cause it
and I was
was-
like, what class is she in? And Rachel's like, she's
You
in
had to run her.
student aid.
You had to run her a dice bag in the middle of school.
No, before
No,
school
it was
started.
before school, and because my mom works in the library, and I was student aid for the library, so I just go there with her an hour early, and then I already have my first class. So
Well, class.
It's not my first class anymore because it was only a semester. So
I
I'm
have
probably
girls
doing
gym
advanced
this semester.
drama.
I'm excited.
So, basically, like, you're like on track runs and stuff like that. You guys are bumping into people a lot, or people are bumping into you a lot. And
Wait, me and
Palestine.
Allison?
Can I just turn into a cheetah and like zoom past everyone?
I mean, it's a class where you show off your powers. I'm sure you probably could.
Or I could just fly over their heads.
I don't know how happy that would be.
But I don't think
Sorry.
he
And
would
he's like,
that.
Palestine, we are running at this point. It is not a speed test, it is a running test.
You're like still flying and your toes are just barely touching the ground. So you're like, see, I'm running!
No, but there's a lot of, like, I don't know, you're catching a lot of flack. A lot of, like, sort of this, a lot of the students are kind of like, sort of getting in your way, in lineups and stuff like that.
Whenever I do that, I make them immobile for a short amount of time.
How so?
Somebody runs into me, push them off the track. Just a little bit of side elbow there.
Sorry,
you know.
blind.
Sorry, yeah.
Well, you probably don't tell them that. That's not really.
Just oopsies.
This is not good.
So, what are you doing? Like,
Oh,
what's your reaction to this behavior?
The whole wonder.
What did I do this time?
What did you do this time?
I know what they did, but I can't say because I'm not over here.
That's true. Yeah. Although you are somewhere in the school, so you could be like walking up to the thing, and everyone's like, "Why is everybody such jerks?"
Because we defeated the whole school's wonder team. Remember?
Oh, they're lame anyway.
So the
I don't know
people
what
that
they
are,
prepare.
so the people that are like, kind of sucking up to honor roll, or who are on. Actually, honor roll's not doing anything directly to you guys at all. They're kind of just ignoring
No
you
one
guys.
Because
ever
they're
does anything
embarrassed.
directly.
But a lot of other people who are kind of like,
It's high school. Nobody ever does things directly.
but all the people who are kind of like sort of sucking up to honor roll, or like worships them or idolizes them or whatever, they're being pain in the
Assy.
butt. Assy.
Assy. It's like sassy.
But that's not
but
everybody.
it's assy.
But that's not everybody, because you do have a couple people that are like, so like they're supposed to, they want to do, there's like pole vaulting,
Oh, I hate pole vaulting.
and people are like, somebody hands you like a pole, and it feels like kind of like it, it feels like about the right rate, and somebody kind of takes the pole, grabs it out of your hands, like, hand her the other one, yeah, the other one, don't be a jackass, kind of thing. Fine, hand it to me, I don't care. And they're like,
Oh, wait, you can have
so he's
one
like, give me your
pole.
hand, and then kind of puts the other thing. Hey, how you doing? No, it isn't. So,
I was
Okay,
like,
okay.
I was really scared. I was like, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Who is it?
game loading, please wait.
Yeah, I totally thought it was...
Oh, yay! I like her art a lot. What's her name again?
Otter Pop.
Oh, yeah, this is the food people, right?
Yeah, the munchies.
Munchies.
She's one of the munchies.
She's cool.
She's like, hey,
Hi.
everyone's being jerks, so you
What's
know,
new?
Whatever. I'm Otter Pop.
Hi. So what?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was
I
watching the stuff yesterday. You guys are pretty cool, and hey, got to fight Chad. They haven't let me like anywhere near him for like since last year.
It's fun. He's
There was
dumb.
a-
Nobody wants to fight
There
him
was
anyway.
there was a groinal incident that he has requested not to spar with me anymore.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
For me,
For you, obviously.
less for him. A lot less for him. I mean, I don't want to judge, but a lot less for him.
You're so happy. This is joyous. The poll was weighted, wasn't it?
Huh?
I talked to her.
Oh, yeah. Well, either that or a break. Something. I don't know. They were all snickering about it, so I just figured it was bad. I don't actually, notice stuff about that kind of stuff, but I noticed when people are being kind of jerks, and they were planning on being jerks, so I just figured I would mess with them not being jerks. You know,
Appreciate that.
I try to help. Hi. You're the, can actually be an otter thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Not actually an otter. Swim, though. Pretty good at that.
I love swimming.
kind of my-
Water's my favorite.
I don't like water.
It's okay. Everybody has to water. All right,
I
I'm
would
gonna.
like to swim in cranberry juice.
Oh my gosh. That's so gross. And so sticky.
You're saying that just as she's.
I just want to know what that feels like.
You say that just as she's about ready to start doing the pole vault, and she's like, "Okay." She starts to do the thing. She's very.
I'm not here in class today because.
I mean, honestly, very track star-ish. I mean, the way her body moves and stuff like that. I'm giving you kind of sort of your basic read on all that kind of stuff. She's definitely like that kind of.
She's athletic.
Yeah, a lot of bounding leaps, very physical.
Let's get physical.
A lot of strong. She's about 6'2" too. She's like a solid.
Oh wow, she's a giant.
She's very tall, and she's I want to say at least a year older than you guys, if not. Probably I want to say she's probably a junior, but yeah, she is very tall, a couple inches taller than me, and it's all lanky. So
she's Kel.
taller than that actually. 6'2". She's like 3 inches taller.
Oh
than Cal.
yeah, right. Kel's like
Yeah.
5'11", right?
Yeah. So
By
she's
the
like,
end of- by
yeah,
the end of Squire,
she's taller.
like
She's
5'9".
taller than most of the guys, except for a couple of the real.
Sorry, I'm just trying to. It bothers me.
Okay, but so yeah, she goes bounding down
She's
the
a
track.
giant.
So apparently, the idea for this particular exercise is to run down this track with a stick, and then use the stick to throw yourself into the air over another stick.
You just drop the stick and you just.
And then you
fly
let
over.
go of the stick and fly. Which, why not just fly?
It's pointless.
You
I
know.
don't understand these people.
It seems like some kind of applied physics thing that they're doing in gym, kind of a deal.
stupid.
There's no physics on my world. Everybody just flies.
Well, no, there's physics. It's just
Weird physics.
Very physics.
This part of the world, the ball drops at 10 seconds. This part of the world, the ball drops at 5. It's the same ball.
No. So this is kind of so. There's a couple people. There's groups. For whatever reason, people seem to have. Or do you want to do a pierce the mask on this? I could just. I mean, there's not really benefit of it. It seems like people have kind of divided themselves up between we don't like the honor roll, so we're kind of we think you guys are pretty cool for messing with them, or the people who think the honor roll are the best thing since sliced bread, and
Sliced bread wasn't even all that great. I don't understand why that's so.
eating an entire loaf of bread is tiring.
So just take a chunk and then eat that chunk.
Bread chunk.
Yeah.
Delicious bread chunk. Anyway, they think, the people that think honor roll are great are very down on you guys right now. The people that do not think honor roll are great, a bunch of tools, think
They
you guys are
are.
awesome.
They think they're all that. They're like,
Anyway. So, meanwhile, counselor's office.
why am I in the counselor's office?
I need to look for...
Miss Hatcher!
Wait, oh yay!
Miss Hatcher! We like Miss Hatcher.
I don't think I have anything for her yet.
That was funny.
There we go.
I look over and you're just like, hey David has a dick going. That's borderline racist. Borderline?
I think it's...
Borderline. You killed me so many times with dead bodies lying on you. No, not again.
Did you just stick it in her ear?
I stuck it like here.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, I just pulled hair.
Excuse me.
Guys,
Because
physics.
that's a right.
Physics. I have magical powers.
No.
Ha ha ha.
Wow.
I'm gonna save this image.
It's
As...
quick.
It is.
Guys, it's not working.
It worked fine to me. Or it looks fine to me. Not worked fine to me.
Okay.
Start through my collar.
Look.
No, they stuck it. I'm like, oh.
It's not
And then
going.
they push it more.
It's not going. It's not
Um,
going. I'm amazing. I have magical powers. Oh my
Someone
God.
stuck a knife, well, a pencil, through my collarbone.
What?
Someone stuck one in my eye.
It stings. Ah, magic.
All right. So, door, knock.
Oh,
Come in.
That was bad.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now, Toby, it's not anybody actually knocking you, goober. There we go.
I knew it.
You knew it? Did you know it?
Who's that?
Hello, dear.
Is it Agatha?
Hi, Agatha.
Hello.
She's
How
the
is everything
counselor?
going?
Not great.
Not great.
I think she's just in there.
Oh.
Why don't you sit down and we'll talk through it, dear.
Okay. Wait, is she the actual counselor?
She's sitting in the counselor's office.
Oh.
I was right. You were wrong. Haha. Suck it, nerd.
I'm so kind to my friends.
Really?
I appreciate you.
You're like so shocked. You're like, how could you do this to me? So when did you become the counselor?
Oh, ages ago. That's not really relevant to this. I'm not really here. Well, I suppose I am as a counselor, but I'm not as the school counselor, just a counselor. But I did possibly pull a few strings to make sure that you were brought to the attention of the school and get you in here where I thought you could do. I thought the most good could be done with your situation.
Thank you, Agatha.
You're welcome, dear. It's. I'm glad that your family agreed to have you come to the school. I honestly wasn't sure that it was going to.
I'm not sure if they really agreed, but more tolerated it.
I suppose it helps that you were brought in on the
Lottery?
yes,
Yeah.
rather than admitting
Mm-hmm.
anything. How is that going?
Not good. I think my brother might have found out, but I'm not sure he has an issue. But
Are you worried about it being a secret?
For my mom, yeah. I don't want her to know.
I suppose I understand that, but I'm also concerned that that may lead to trouble in the long run.
Yeah. But I don't know how else I'm going to tell her.
Well, she probably has her reasons for feeling the way that she feels.
Yeah.
So, can you imagine a situation where she would be okay with finding out about your abilities?
I don't know if I saved her life or something, or I got someone to, like, I don't know.
I can certainly. I'm sure there's some situation where I could.
I mean, if I can find someone who could bring people back from the dead, but I really don't think that'll be a good idea.
Oh, that never really goes very well,
Yeah.
dear. It almost never goes very well.
Yeah.
Which isn't to say people don't try it with shocking regularity in our line of work, or in your line of work, I suppose I should say, but it just never seems to go
Well,
particularly well. So how are I'm glad that you're telling me about this. If you want to keep talking about your family, you certainly can. Are you worried about your brother finding out something? Do you think he'll tell your mother?
I think he'll accidentally tell my mom.
Oh, is he not very good at secrets?
No. And also, I don't want him to be in any danger either.
Does simply knowing about your powers put him in danger?
He's not the most predictable person. What if he shows up to a battle or something?
I suppose that's possible. Although, if he was the sort of person who would show up to a battle because he knows somebody, he might just be the sort of person who would show up to a battle anyway. Are you planning on getting into battles? Or is this...
It's not.
Do you want to be that sort of
It's not really
superpowered individual?
looking for it, but if I happen to be in one, or there's one around us when he's here, and
But you
he
intend
doesn't
to
leave,
fight the good fight. Is that the idea? Not just have powers, but use them?
yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. It's good to understand. So, I was gonna say, you may have brought the exact wrong candy for the whatever. So that wasn't exactly why I brought you in. Although, again, if you ever want to talk about any problems that you might be having with your brother, certainly I'm willing to do that. I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened in the gym yesterday.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, it's a, oh god, what is the foot race with powers, sprints. Surge has like
I like this.
the civilian mannequin.
Oh boy.
This one's all patched.
It's like duct taped shoulders
Duct tape
back
shoulder.
There's still cobwebs all over it.
Cobwebs on it, scorch marks. It's down at the end of the track, with like a weight suspended over it. Save the civilian from being crushed from the falling. I don't know. Let's call it a helicopter today.
Day.
Terrible helicopter falling, going to kill somebody. Oh no, we have to rescue them. Who is going to get there first?
Rescue the meat bag.
Who is going to rescue the helpless, powerless meatbag? Volunteers! Halcyon's like, this looks like fun!
You start flying, and I'm just like, ah!
Chad's
No,
hand kind
that's slower.
of... Chad
Cheetah's faster.
Chad's hand kind of goes up like, yeah, sure. Did you reinforce the track, coach? Serge is like, I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. What did he say? What did I say his name was? Like his
Crusher.
super Crusher?
Crusher.
But no one calls him that.
Everybody calls him Chad.
It's Crusher, sir. Yes, Chad. I know it's Crusher. I'm still not going to say it.
Can somebody give me a green?
Now, it'd make you feel good that he would, like, diss Chad, but Serge disses everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not really like, he's picking... No, it's everybody.
What happened here? It died.
Poor mutant Skittle. And then there's a lot of like murmuring and stuff like that in the crowd when they realize that it's going to be like you guys and the honor roll again, kind of.
Let's go.
Stifle it. Drama is annoying, and I dislike it. And I have the ability to set all of you into detention, or possibly break all of your bones. So stifle.
It's nothing new, sir.
Thank you for your contribution, Silhouette.
Always willing.
So what are you doing while this is sort of setting itself up? Because a lot of people are like nudging, whispering, like kind of snickering to themselves, that kind of stuff. What are you doing?
Somebody comes over and nudges me and just be like, just get a life.
Okay. But like,
I'm,
do you do that
I'm
and
just
then
kind of
do you do
like,
that and then figure out who it is, or
Oh.
no, I figured out who it is first, and if I don't care about who it is, then I'm like, just leave me alone, just be part of the day. I'll probably diss them, but like if I know who it is, it's just like, okay, that makes sense. But really, I'm just kind of inside my own head, just like thinking, because I'm just like, I'm kind of doing it like not really paying attention, just kind of like offhanded comments.
I'm getting ready for this.
Just kind of offhanded comments, and I'm just kind of like, I'm really inside my own head. I'm thinking about well, their heartbeat was the same. Like, I'm thinking about what happened with Jack at the cafeteria, and I was like, well, if it wasn't Jack,
so you're
their
thinking about
heartbeat
that
was the
old
same.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not really paying attention. It's just kind of like offhanded comments, just like, oh my god, please go away.
Is Jack in gym with you?
He's in math.
He can be.
I mean,
I think it's hilarious.
I think it would be hilarious.
Okay. All right.
We need to write his schedule.
We do.
Stalkers.
No!
For her sake. We need to write it out.
Yeah, that doesn't
for
make
her
it better.
sake.
Still
It
the
makes it
stalker.
so much worse.
Still the stalker thing, just slightly different. Sorry, I mean, I didn't want to just. So yeah, it's totally Jack.
No, of course.
Wait, he was like whispering and stuff?
No, he came over like
Oh.
sort of tapped her on the shoulder, and she's like, "Oh God, go away." He's like, "Okay, sorry, I just wanted to."
Oh, jeez, not you. That was sorry. I just.
No, wait, it totally is me. It wasn't me yesterday. It's me now. I think. I'm sure. So you're friends with Ember?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you know like what happened yesterday with her like yelling at me? But it wasn't like I wasn't here.
Yeah, I figured.
And I'm
out.
figuring that. I mean, we're trying to kind of figure that out. I mean,
I don't.
Miss Selma's trying to work that out, but I'm more trying to figure out like why was she yelling at me? Did whoever was
Somebody who looked like you, who sounded like you, who acted like you, came up and was being rude.
to Ember?
This is like really quietly to me. And Ember.
Oh, like what did I do?
You know, it's really not important. Just said some rude things, and Ember stepped in, and she got quite angry, and she yelled, and you know, yeah.
What do you want out of this? Also,
Fall in love.
get ready for track thing. You're gonna unleash your powers. Are you a freak?
Ooh, yes. Okay.
What'd you freak at?
Yes, queen.
+1.
Cool. All right. So what are you doing over here with Jackety Jack? Do you want him to go away? Do you want
Jackety Jack.
Do you want him to like drop this conversation? Do you
I just don't.
Are you trying to get a read on him and what his whole
I'm
thing
just
is?
I'm trying to get like a read on him. Like,
Remember
is
his
he
heartbeat and
yeah.
and stuff.
I'm also like when I say like getting a read on him, I'm getting a read on like how he's acting, like what like his heartbeat's like, and I'm just kind
If
of
he
like
seems like
I don't really
he's
care about the
into you.
conversation as much. I'm just kind of like, okay, he's here, he's talking to me, good, he's talking to me, and now I'm reading him. Now I'm just like figuring out like
So you're trying to
I'm
stay out
trying to
of
make sure like it doesn't happen again.
You're trying not to freak out about it being Jack and just try to treat it like any kind
Yeah.
of potential thing. All right.
I'm also trying to make it so it doesn't go away. So
Make him so he doesn't go away?
make it so he doesn't go away. Yeah, because I need a little bit of time before like so I can get a whole read on him. I have something in my eye.
All right. Oh, since you're doing your eye thing, we're going to have you do the race thing.
Okay.
Okay.
6, that's a 7, that's an 8.
8.
You still made it, technically. You got a hit.
All right. So this is Unleash Your Powers. I'm going to read the move just so you get a sense of this. You're overcoming an obstacle, in this case, out racing
Chad.
Chad. Super Chad.
Why are you more excited than me?
Because you gotta beat him. Show the people who are messing with this.
So you have an 8, on a 7 and 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I think I want to mark afraid.
Ooh.
Because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose. And
Okay.
I want to show everyone that I'm better.
Okay. All right. That's good. So you okay? So it isn't. You're kind of feeling like that. So you get like you get the amped up adrenaline thing. Going on. So you shift into the cheetah thing, and Chad's like, kind of snorts like whatever. And you when the
Rar XD.
when the beep goes off, they don't fire a gun. When the beep goes off, actually no, Surge does, but it's like a sound cannon his arm turns into. He's like, whoosh. He does this first like burst off the blocks kind of like sprint thing, but you're going like you're full on like, huh. And it's pretty evident about 3 steps into this that you've got a lead on him, and he immediately like kind of drops back to a jog, like, I'm just joking and she's taking it serious, so isn't she silly because like she's taking it serious and this was all just a joke for me, like whatever, like everybody laugh at the person who's taking it so serious because clearly I'm not taking it serious, like
Still win.
Yeah.
I mean, just get it.
right, he's just trying to play it off like I was never taking it
I don't
serious.
really care.
I was never taking it serious, and obviously that way they can turn it into this whole thing about I wasn't really taking yesterday serious either.
Yeah.
Obviously we're just you guys are taking it so serious because it's always very important. Like you got to prove something, and we just don't have to do that.
Well, cheetahs run very fast, even when they're not like really trying. So
Even space cheetahs, yeah.
Even space cheetahs are better than you.
So how do you? I'm not sure if you really get. Maybe you don't even get this nuance of him, but you get to the civilian. Snatch them out of the way, get them out from underneath the. He just like stenciled helicopter across the top of this this big block. It's just like a big heavy block on the cable. It's like helicopter, and it's been like spray painted over. Like they spray paint it black, and then they put on another one. It's tree, road sign, office block, car. Bus, evolving, it's whatever it is. And you're looking back and you see that he's kind of joking around. Do you even get like what he's trying to play this off as?
No.
Kind of a thing?
I just find him stupid. I'm like, that was
you
a
are
hard race.
you are telepathic. You could see what's going on. You could try to see what's going on in his head.
Sure.
Pierce the mask. Pierce the mask.
So what were you trying to do with Jack?
I'm glad that he's talking to me. I'm also trying to like kind of offhandedly. I'm trying to see like, all right, this is what his heartbeat's like. This is like his voice tones. This is like, stop.
Are you being taunted from across the table?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think you can get that worked up about a fictional character crush. Maybe you can? Have I met you? Yeah, okay. Good point.
Stop it.
It's cute. Seriously, go see Spider-Verse. It's so good.
But I'm also just like enjoying having a conversation.
All right.
Now it's just weird. Never stop. Do it and
So are you okay? So you get you can you mean okay? So you can get. So there's a couple different options here. You want to get a complete physical imprint of him, sort of like his thing. That would be unleash your powers.
Okay.
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 If you're trying to like see what his deal is, pierce the mask. If you're trying to get him to just not leave and really kind of just keep him nearby and not just take off, then you're kind of provoking him and trying to kind of get sort of a social edge on him. There's an option there for you potentially.
Sorry.
There's an option there for you to kind of get a
I don't know if I want to
like influence.
focus
You could
more
get
on
influence
the
on it.
imprint or focus more on the
Mocus
on
4.
Mocus Ford. This is our new car, the Mocus Ford. I don't know if I'm gonna focus more on the conversation or focus more on the imprint.
Well, I mean, because you could really, I mean, there's a potential here for you to be able to get influence over him if you go with the provoke kind of a thing.
He could fight with us one day.
Or honestly, Pierce the Mask would do the same thing. One of the questions in Pierce the Mask is how can I get influence over you? But if you want like a total like
I want to figure out what
imprint
his deal
on him,
is.
then
I want to figure out what his deal is.
so Pierce the Mask.
Yeah.
You're also doing Pierce the Mask.
When you pierce someone's mask to see the person beneath, roll plus mundane. My mundane is 0.
Okay.
Mine's +3.
You're
Jeez.
yeah. Her
How did you get there?
she's really good at picking out people's brains. Okay. We're gonna have her do. We're gonna have Palestine go first. So you roll and add
But
3.
I'm not doing Pierce the Mask.
9, so 12.
Nice.
Woo! Nice. That is a perfect roll.
And what'd you get over here? You roll 2. Roll and add nothing. Unless you're cheating. Are you cheating?
No, because this doesn't count. It's more like cheating during a fight, is what I'm saying. Maybe it is cheating.
If you just decide to cheat, she says cheat, and you say, I'm following her instructions, and she's like, I didn't mean when you were trying to like pick a guy up. But that doesn't mean you're not still doing what you
I mean,
said.
technically...
Okay, I'm doing what she says.
Well, technically it is cheating because
It is cheating because I'm using
and it's
my
as if you
date.
before on a Tinder date you searched him up on Google or Instagram
Oh my
or something.
God.
I can't know that you guys know about Tinder dates already, okay? I can't know that.
What? Oh no. Was it Snake Eyes?
No,
What is it?
wasn't good.
5.
Five.
Mark
Plus 1 forward is 6.
It's still a 6.
Oh man, I wish I had my boost.
See the person beneath roll mundane, a test, 3, 7, ask
Do you have anything that can help her?
Okay, so,
Wait, can't she add team or something?
All right, it's official.
Somebody-
Silhouette is not a flirt.
somebody else can add team to help if they're helping, but
But technically, she's piercing the mask as well.
Wait, I
And-
want to see what's.
no, but she can't. Okay, there's a way for her to selfishly use team. There is a way to selfishly use team that would get up to a 5 or get up to a 7 rather. We'll talk about that in just a second.
I want to selfishly use my team.
We'll talk about it in a second. Actually, here, look at your move thing. Look under team mechanics. Here, in here. Second paragraph from the bottom. Meanwhile, Palestine. Pierce the mask. When you pierce someone's mask to see the person beneath, on a 10 plus, ask 3. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? And so he's kind of like jogging up to the end of the track, like to where the civilian was, and is like kind of like doing the little like imaginary hat tip thing, and he puts his hand out like he's shaking the hand of the winner kind of thing. Doing this thing. It's like shaking the hand, like kind of. Well, actually, he's doing kind of a slow clap thing, and then he holds out his hand, like kind of thing. All right.
You look like you're going to kill him.
So, what are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How can I get your character to?
What do you want me to do?
And how can I
is
gain
a good
influence
one.
over? And how can I gain influence over you?
I
So,
have suggestions if you don't know what to do.
Well, I think, what are you really planning?
Yeah,
okay.
I think that would make sense.
And then, what do you want me to do?
Oh, and then don't do that.
What?
What do you want me to do? As soon as you know that, then you just don't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Piss him off.
That's what I was looking for. Any idea on the third one?
No.
Why did
What
you
were
try
you
gaining
thinking?
influence over him? Then he
for-
can't mess with you. I mean, he
Um,
can, but like you can be like, "That's really mean. Don't do that." And he'd be like, "You're right. It
how
is
could I
mean."
gain influence over you? I think is a good one for you to
Yeah.
ask because
Okay.
it's like it's
And we're
basically
finding more of his weak points.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Find
So-
more cheat.
How can I gain?
Do it and you're cool.
You're the worst. All
Do
right.
it and you're cool.
I don't like
and
the
you're cool.
pressure of the peers.
Pressure of the peers. Team members can also use team to act selfishly. When you act selfishly, say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates, remove one team from the pool, and you can shift one label up and one label down, your choice. So what this lets you do is you can shift your mundane up a point, which would give you enough to get it to 7. You'd have to shift something else down, and you have to throw one of your teammates basically socially under a bus.
I don't want to do that.
Just do me because I already ruined something for you. I mean, I'll be upset about it, but I'm not here, so...
I think
Or you
that's
just take the 6 and get some XP.
I want
do
to
that.
get some XP, but this is gonna suck a lot.
You don't have to take the +1 for it for cheating, since it didn't do you any good anyway.
I'm sad. Oh
Okay.
my
Just
gosh,
throw me
I'm
under
sad.
the bus.
So, no, this isn't a sad thing. This is a excruciating thing, but it's not a sad thing.
Excruciating. Oh god. This is
Why didn't
bad.
you just throw me under the bus? Like, yeah, Jamie can be a little
So
or
mark
I
your
guess-
mark your
Yeah,
potential.
Lucy or Ember can be a little much.
She can just be out there.
No. If you throw her under a bus and something like this, so she just lashed out because she kind of has a thing for you. Like that would be
Oh.
like that. Yeah, I mean under
Never
a
mind.
bus. You know,
Don't,
like-
never mind. That's...
So here's the question for you to answer.
What?
How do you... Okay, let me rephrase. Let me think about how I want to phrase this. In your attempts to keep him interested in the conversation, how do you accidentally, like, totally give yourself away?
Like, what do you mean?
I eat toast too.
No.
What do you
like-
mean,
Oh,
totally give
I
myself away?
totally know. Because you guys are talking about,
What do
like,
you mean totally give myself away?
to him about your whole Jack thing.
Oh my god, please no! Is it too late to throw my teammate under the bus?
I'd say yeah. Okay,
I told you
so
to do
actually,
it.
you guys just totally told me what it is. So here's what it is. So you're talking. It's like, so you're just trying to keep him there so you can get the read, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're like, yeah, no. She texted me because apparently you guys were talking. Like, wait. So Ember texted me, but she texted me because Palestine told Ember that you guys had talked at breakfast, and I wasn't even at school yet because I was at breakfast. I was back at home. Well, not my home, but like where I live, and having breakfast. I have toast. My roommate calls it like Jack toast. For... And he's like, Jack toast? Why do you call it Jack toast? And you realize what just came out of your mouth.
Wait.
I have killed Silhouette.
I'm looking for team names.
Oh, team names?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I found the vagabonds because vagabond is a person on a trip of indeterminate destination and or length of time. So we're kind of just...
I like the outsiders.
Or the outcasts.
Or the outcasts.
Ooh, I like the outcast because that way it's not using a class name, and we're all, especially because we're new, and from what I've gathered, I don't think she's generally
The
loved a
outcast
lot
is what
in
I
the
meant to
school.
say.
They're still trying to figure her out. Can you come up here and not be slain anymore?
Can't.
Hey, but what if he accepts?
The floor is lava.
And then you dive onto the lava intentionally.
What if he accepts?
That's the problem. You can't play Floor is Lava with high schoolers because they're like, really? Thank God. And they throw themselves on the carpet. Like,
Yeah,
Bend me
literally,
down.
we played The Floor is Lava, and Isabel laid down on the floor and started doing snow angels.
okay. All right.
My roommate, she's really weird. She names all my lunch choices after people she knows.
So, telepathic. She knows somebody named Jack?
Yeah,
It's a really common name.
I mean, it's really common. She's just weird like that. I mean,
And the other thing you say is like, that's funny because I have toast too. And you're like, yeah, I know. And
I just keep making it worse.
come on, give it up. I mean, you're whimpering, but at the same time, I kind of feel like you love this a little bit.
It's so sad.
She's not disagreeing, so I have to assume I'm right. All right, telepathic link, piercing the mask. What are you really planning?
You have to answer.
To eradicate the outcasts. What do you want me to do? Step underneath the block so you can be crushed to death.
Wait,
so they're planning to get
oh my
rid
god!
Wait.
It's not actually Chad.
I have slain Ember. I have slain all the slain
I
people.
was like, no.
I was like, he wants to kill us.
Like,
a little extreme.
Okay, I know Chad hates us, but he doesn't.
Yeah, eradicate
dead.
is too strong of a word.
Yeah.
No, he eradicate. I don't know the meaning of the word. He actually doesn't. Like that's. So
We got a bogey at our 6.
the mind that you contact is you've contacted a lot of school brains, like at least at a surface level. You've gotten the impression that people think telepathically reading people is like super rude and invasive, so you try not to do it, but you kind of just always hear chatter. This is not a teenage boy brain.
No, it's not.
I'm so smart.
This is a
I'm so proud of myself. I'm not social, but I'm smart.
yay. Yay for me. Yay.
I have to make sure I heard the right thing. I was like, he wants
But
to
this,
kill us.
the mind. I'm going to give you something other than how can I get influence over you. Well, maybe how you can gain influence over this person right now. It depends somewhat on how you react to this information, because they're going to know that you've contacted them. Or maybe
Really?
not. Actually, maybe
No.
not. How about the 12?
Yeah,
How about the 12?
that's a real nonchalant thing.
So what if
I'm honestly so curious about what you're gonna do here. Because-
so okay, let me finish.
Dude.
So the mental contact here, first of all, extremely disciplined up to a point. Disciplined isn't the right word. Like hyper focused, like just crazy levels of almost, well, not even almost, totally
Shoot, I know what word you're thinking of.
obsession level focus. Like just
Super pinpointed.
yeah. Okay, so discipline in the sense of when I'm focused on this thing, I am focused on nothing but that thing. Singular purpose. But at the same time, it's singular focus from multiple points because the mind itself is fractured into literally dozens, if not hundreds of fragments. And I don't mean like facets of a gem. I mean little tiny pointy shards of glass that will slice your hand open. That's what touching the mind is like. It's like trying to sweep up a shattered glass off of a thing where you can't see most of it, and you're gonna get you're gonna get slivers in your fingers, kind of thing. That's what being anywhere near the mind is like.
Ugh.
It is an
You have to deal with that
it is
every
a
day?
fundamentally unpleasant experience. What do you do?
Jump into it head first.
Blast it.
Break his mind.
Just maybe like play along type thing. No, because we don't want him to know that we know that he's.
Sergeant Search. This isn't Chad.
Or just like shake the hand like, I did do a good job.
Just like take the anvil.
Play along like,
I don't think playing
Sorry.
along is the best idea because
I
if
do.
we lose
But he
him,
doesn't know he's gonna come back. He doesn't know that we know, so he's gonna come back.
So Silhouette's really close.
you have to let me know.
Like in the crowd, you don't have to do anything. I'm letting you know all the options. Silhouette's in the crowd. She is currently a ball of stress, shame, embarrassment, and excitement.
I'm
Mostly excitement.
still in range, right? I'm just
Oh yeah,
not
you're
there.
absolutely in range. Yeah. So she's a little bit further away, but certainly in range and like ridiculously powerful.
Guys, it's the imposter.
If you guys, do you guys? I don't know if either one of you guys do this, but you guys might be getting. Well, anyway, I've been reading Young Avengers. a comic book series, and they have a character in there named America Chavez. She's amazing, but she's basically like Superman. She's ridiculously. She runs into Loki, and he's like, "That's big talk from somebody who's super powerful, basically invulnerable. It can kick a Buick into low orbit. I guess it's not really that big a talk for you, kind of a thing." She's amazing. Anyway, but she's ridiculously powerful. If you want her here, she'll be here pretty quick. She may burn a hole through the school wall to get there, but she'll be here.
1 second, Agatha.
But so you're getting a whole lot of surprise information all at once, and you didn't. Obviously, you're not one of the readers. You didn't know there was an alien or fakey person, except you kind of knew maybe somebody was pretending not to be Jack. So maybe you put that together. I don't know what you do here. You could still do how can I get influence over you? I guess if I'm going to answer that question, how could you get influence over this mind? Would be to do something that they're not expecting. Like something that shows that you're not fooled by them, or that you see through them would definitely get their attention and probably cause you to have influence over them, simply because they're not used to anybody figuring them out.
Well,
Chad, you're not normally such a
Wait,
good
hold on.
sport.
I have a question. So is this supposed to end up going into like our big battle with him or something? Like,
How do you mean?
like
Is this a lead-in to a fight right here, right now?
Are you gonna fight him?
because I was thinking that this was the dude that was like the first bad guy. So
Yeah. I'm not structuring this like a video game, so the big bad could be the first thing that you ever fight. I mean, who knows? He's around. He's not going to not be around. So
and we're obviously like, I don't know. I guess we can, but like, people are gonna think we're fighting Chad.
right.
Shake his hand as loud as you possibly can. You're not Chad.
Well, I was thinking, like, one of those things where people just ignore them and pretend they're not there, and they're like, "Oh, where's Chad?" And they look around, but ask so that everyone else thinks I'm just plainly ignoring him.
Oh,
But then I'm actually asking him, like, what happened to the real Chad?
Oh my god, you turn it, it's like, you're
so
not
he
Chad,
knows
you're not Chad, you're not Chad, where's Chad?
And they
Yeah,
think
something
you're
like that. So
everyone
else-
thinks you're dissing him,
Yeah.
and
But then
you're like
he
looking at him
knows
like,
that I know that he's not the real Chad.
interesting.
That's really cool.
That was good.
I need a soda. Also, this is giving me such anxiety. Because I'm like, oh.
It's not anxiety; it's an adrenaline rush.
I have adrenaline rushes 5 times a day.
Do you?
No,
Like specifically, like at certain times?
no. I just
Woo!
Like, this is so
Let's
bad.
do it.
Like, this is so bad. I'm losing my crap
I think-
talking to Jack.
I think this is
it's okay.
probably.
I can fix your relationship.
I think this is probably
Don't
gonna.
try. Don't try.
And you're trying to get some kind of reaction out of him, or what are you trying to do? You want to? You're just trying to like kind of provoke him into some kind of action or something like that, kind of.
Well, kind of like the.
Or you
how
want-
I
or
can
do you want to
gain
literally know what happened to
influence
Chad?
Over him.
What's that?
Kind of like the how can I gain influence over him?
Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, to that extent, you're trying to like prove that, but like, what are you trying to do with him? You're trying to like kind of like surprise him, get the drop on him, get him kind of flat-footed.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Probably going to be a provoke. I'm going to jump back to you now.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, I've already destroyed Syl, so now it's your turn.
Okay.
So tell me about that. So what was the last thing she said? Tell me about what happened at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Because that exercise isn't actually supposed to end with the building burning down and collapsing.
Well, I mean, it would have been fine if Chad hadn't broken the whole bottom floor and caused Quinn to have her senses overload.
Speaking of Chad.
We were actually doing really well,
You were doing really well. How did that feel? Because you've had some challenges with your powers, and I've seen. And she actually kind of turns one of her monitors around and have you like the bit where you're like kind of floating up to the window. You haven't shown particularly good control of flight, and you really look. That looks very controlled there.
After I realized how scary that was in the moment, I wasn't really thinking, which I don't think is a very good tactic.
Scary to who?
Me?
Oh, so your powers scare you?
Yeah, a lot. All the time.
But you still use them.
Well, because if I don't, then they're even more scary.
You're the only one not getting socially destroyed right now, and I hate you for it.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Well, she's not getting socially destroyed.
She's socially destroying someone else.
So, I'm sorry. What was the last thing you said? Because I got distracted.
Sorry.
I said that if I don't use them, it gets even more scary because it just builds up and then I can't control it at all.
Do you only do this so that you can keep yourself under control, or why do you do this? Why do you want to be what it seems like you want to be?
Well, I
this
mean,
hero.
Originally it was just so that I didn't kill anyone and like burn.
She does
burn
give you
down.
a little bit of like her eyes kind of like get a little bit wider at that. Like you jump to like a pretty brutal example.
And I don't want to burn down like my neighborhood. But then after meeting Palestine and Silhouette, you know,
It's fun.
they got me more into like actually fighting and stuff, which actually lets me release some of my powers in a better way than throwing.
You mean
it on
fighting
the
for
ground.
some purpose?
Yes.
Huh. That's good. It's good that connection is had a good effect. I think if I can offer some counseling, sort of my job, I'd like to make this a little personal project for the two of us, trying to get a handle on this, if that's okay. But I think definitely this connection with your friends is going to be really important to help you not be so dangerous. I think that's a really good thing. I think you really spotted what could be a very valuable thing, and I think you should definitely pursue that. And she's shifting her labels: mundane up, danger down.
Oh.
If you're because more friend, less burn,
Blasty, burn.
less burn the MFer to the ground.
Let's burn in a fire.
Die in a fire.
Do it and you're cool.
What? Where's that from?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once my older brother told my little brother to jump in the fire, and then we started chanting, "Do it and you're cool. Do it and you're cool. Do it and you're cool." It was funny. He didn't actually jump in the fire. He knew it was a joke. Don't
Wow.
worry.
Yikes. Okay.
It really started on Vine because
Yeah.
everything started on Vine.
Well, I figured, but still. Okay. You're making lots of notes over there. So, you're going to... What do you want them to do in response to this? What are you hoping for? What are you shooting for?
Just really for him to be surprised.
And then you get-
He's a little.
Are you letting her know what's going? Are you letting them know?
Yes, please
Yeah.
pull me out of this
So
situation.
what do you tell them? Like,
So you're like-
fake Jack is here and they're fake Chad now.
Yeah, basically. Fake Chad is back, but now he's.
No, fake Jack.
Fake Jack is back, but now he's Chad.
And for about halfway through that sentence, you're very confused because you're like, no, I'm talking to Jack and it's really Jack and I am murdering myself in front of him right now. So actually, it's almost this moment of relief. Fake Jack is back and you're like, oh, thank God. He's not gonna, real Jack's not going to have witnessed us. And he's actually Chad. Oh, yay, it's not him. Crap, it's actually Jack witnessing this
social.
Do you tell Jack? Be like, your person, fake you here.
I just kind of stop in the middle of my sentence trying to pull myself out of that, and I'm just like,
Okay, I'm going to have you roll. Now, the thing about getting influence is going to happen because you're acting. Whether or not, now, so you're going to act to demonstrate that you know what's going on with him. That's going to, that's you taking the action you need to do to get influence. Whether or not it's effective to honestly leave him flat-footed is a different role. So that's a provoke. Provoke
No,
someone.
sweet.
When you provoke someone, susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do and roll superior. What's your superior?
0. I knew it was going to end up being a provoke, so I already checked it.
Ah, reading ahead. Cool. All right.
stop.
So, now in theory, your friends could act to help you on this if you're trying to like get the drop on them or something like that. Like Silhouette could like do something from out of the crowd or whatever.
I'm leaving the counselor's office at this moment, right? She's like,
Yeah, you could be.
Sorry,
like-
Agatha.
Speaking of friends, I gotta go. Bye. Do you go out through the door or through the window?
Love you, Queen.
door.
Okay.
And
All
through
right.
the window next to the door in the hallway.
Melted circle through the window. All right, so let's do a provoke and see how effective that is. Maybe
5.
because you're adding nothing.
Wait,
Okay.
can we add team?
You can. You have enough team right now. You have 2
Push it
team.
up to a 7.
If you guys both figure out a way to help, yes, or the provoke, and this totally works. I mean, he'll be impressed that you figured out anything out, but what you're doing like totally doesn't leave him flat-footed, so it's fine. But
You're a clever one, you are.
yeah, and he just totally isn't flat-footed, and he'll just do something, and we'll proceed from there. And bonus, you get potential. How much your potential at right now?
3.
3. So that would get you pretty close to ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Do
would
you
be
want to
pretty.
take potential, or should we help? Try and help.
I think I'll just take
Okay.
potential.
Okay.
But we're coming anyway.
Well, I'm not saying you're not coming. I'm just saying it's not a matter of you spending.
Are you
team
telling
hours.
Jack
yes.
so he can help us?
we can all
Play together, your
our
future husband.
Fake you is here. So you know how you were in here during the thing with the cafeteria? Well, yeah, so that person is here right now, and they're actually Chad, but that's not Chad. It's fake Chad, who used to be fake you, who was at the cafeteria. And they're not good.
Okay, so this guy's, like you say, he's big boss, right? All right, so, and this is partly the action of the 6 happening. All right, so putting this all kind of in scope, it's not the GM being a complete insert expletive here. So he was. Were you pretending to do the handshake thing, or were you just coming around saying, wait, where's Chad? You're not Chad. You're not Chad. You're
Yeah,
not
I was
Chad.
doing that.
You're kind of doing that thing. And
You're definitely
you're
not
you're
Chad.
definitely not Chad. He doesn't. He kind of, his smile gets a little bit broader. Okay. And like very good kind of thing, a little bit. He doesn't move like he's got super speed.
That's right, because he can't copy abilities.
Yeah, he can just copy people's.
I shouldn't say that. He doesn't move like he's got the Flash super speed, but he moves faster than any human you've seen who doesn't have super speed. He sure as hell moves faster than your cheetah form because he is basically standing in front of you in the time that most people would take to take a step. He just kind of glides there, like his feet move and he's just there.
Oh no!
And he
still
does-
stronger than I thought.
He does something.
Oh yeah,
'Cause you're
this
still-
guy. This
'cause
guy is uber
You're
strong.
still pointing at him, and suddenly your arm just kind of goes. And right as your arm drops, the block behind you guys, drops sort of between you and the rest of the crowd. Okay, and so you guys, have you seen Big Hero 6?
Yes.
Okay. You're so happy when I come up with a movie and you've actually seen it. First of all, Big Hero 6 is awesome.
I
Love that
agree.
movie.
I recently watched
cried.
it.
I cry at
Great,
every
movie.
time.
It's a great movie. I love it. So good. The thing where Honey Lemon, her big, gigantic, super heavy ball of tungsten, like bursts into a cloud of powder.
Yeah.
That's what happens when the block hits the ground. Okay? And it just goes, and there's like, it's not pink, but it's like, it kind of vaporizes into like black charcoal
Oh no, I need to get over there.
powder
fast.
kind of everywhere. And he's back. He takes like 2 steps and he's back into the cloud. And right about then, you realize that not only is your arm hanging by your side, it really, really, really hurts.
Oh no, it's gonna be broken.
Take a powerful blow. Do you have any conditions?
I have afraid and insecure.
Okay. Really? Oh, geez. Have you got your list of people you have influence over?
Just these two.
Yeah. Write down alias. You have influence over alias.
How do you spell it?
ALIAS. Alias.
No, it is.
Right. So, take a powerful blow is roll and add your conditions, and you want the number to be low. So, yay.
So, 7.
That's not bad. 9. That's still not bad. 7 to 9 it's kind of crappy. Okay, all the take a powerful blow options are kind of crappy. But, all right, so 7 to 9. You take a powerful blow. This is actually just a straight up physical blow. It's also kind of the mental shock of holy crap, because you were still kind of mentally in touch with this guy when he did, and you didn't see any of this coming. There was no mental signal that you were reading up here that said, come forward and do whatever the hell he just did to your arm. And the block, you didn't see that about that. None of that stuff was signaled in any of the shards that you were anywhere near touching. He is ridiculously hard to predict as far as that goes, or at least you've just never encountered a mind like this. So 7 to 9, choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition on them. So that could be like yelling really loud and saying, he just hurt me. Where are you guys? And kind of provoking them into, rash action. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, which would be you that would be you falling back and kind of like yelling so that they come to where you are, kind of thing, rather than him, whatever. You struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
That would be so bad. Please
Well,
don't
no,
do
she's up to, she's still within bounds with 2 more. So that's taking it on yourself. So your options are kind of like either putting them at a disadvantage, giving the other guy an advantage, or you kind of just soak it all yourself.
I think I'm going to do the lash out verbally.
Lash out verbally. So what does that look like? Is it like,
I guess just what you said.
hey, hurt me, where are you guys?
Yeah,
like what's
Where
going
the
on?
hell are you guys?
All right, so
You guys didn't get here when I...
provoke a
in
teammate
time.
to foolhardy action or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. Okay, so Silhouette, you're closer.
Yeah.
Okay. Provoke a team. I'm going to actually say provoke. Okay. I'm going to actually have you roll a provoke. Okay. So do me a favor, please, and roll. Now, wait. Provoke is. So you got conditions now. One of those conditions may give you a penalty on provoke. Which one gives you?
Guilty does.
Guilty. And you don't have guilty?
I
Okay.
drew something on
That's
it.
cool. Okay. So I'm going to have you roll and add your superior. What are you looking at?
I drew a thing.
You do a thing. Let me see.
Wait, I want to see.
What is that?
Cuts.
Oh, the all messed up eyes. I see.
Yeah. The messed up eyes.
That's great. That's beautiful.
I think I know.
That's what you need to see right now?
Well, I got a 4.
On your provoke. Did you add superior?
I don't have any.
You don't have any superior. Okay. So,
Guys, you're crying.
hey, mark potential.
Dang. Are you leveled yet?
I think that just dinged her.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. So you have, actually, we're just going to pause this right here because you have learned you have just learned some very painful lessons. So let's see what comes out of that. So can I see your sheet for just a second? I'm just going to cheat for a second.
This guy is big, tough, and mean.
So when you fill up your potential track, you basically erase everything, and you can take a move from your There's several options to take a move from your playbook. You can take a move from a different playbook. Okay. Someone permanently loses influence over you and add +1 to your label. This is kind of a big deal because. Not that I'm suggesting that you do this right now, but when you do this, you pick somebody and go, you never get to have influence over me ever again.
You don't ever get to shift my labels.
And you kind of grow up a little bit. So what happens is it says you add +1 to your label. You don't lower a different one. Your total number of points in your stats goes up by 1, which is a pretty potent power up. This is another one. Rearrange your labels as you choose and add +1 to your label. So you basically go, all right, this is down, this is up, this one's down, this one's up. It still adds up to 3. Now we're going to add another thing to it to add it up to 4. So you basically get to rearrange yourself however you like and then add another point, which is pretty cool. Unlock your moment of truth, which is this thing up here. It's basically your moment of truth is an I win button that you can use at some point, where you basically like just unleash your powers. And what's really cool about that is when you use your moment of truth, one of your stats locks. It can't be moved anymore.
Your moment of tooth.
Truth? Your moment of tooth.
The tooth cage. The bone structure cage.
The bone square.
The bone square cage.
You can also... one of the things for you is choose 2 new abilities from any playbook as you come into your own. So that's not moves, but like actual abilities. So you go through the list of like the ability list down at the bottom. So you might say, I'm going to pick up super strength and force fields or telekinesis or something like that.
Force fields like Violet? Ooh.
Like you could just pick up, pick up 2 new abilities and add them to your thing. It's like, these are things that only adults can do on my world, or maybe I can only do them on this world, like because it's this world and it's different or whatever. But you pick up, basically you pick up 2 new abilities. Or you adopt a human life, take secret identity and the mask from the Janus playbook, and it becomes more of a big deal for you to like sort of hide your identity and stuff, which I don't think necessarily really match for you. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so any one of those are things that you can do, pick up right now. And just so you know, so that's that. I want you to understand that. And, oh crap. Do you know where all the masks book are at on the bookshelf upstairs? They're like the little mini bookshelf.
In your closet?
No. The one that's out by the couch. Bottom shelf, the masks books are on that bottom shelf there.
Which one do you want?
The purple one for Unbound.
Oh, yeah, the one that has all the recommended moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. I love and appreciate you.
Yeah.
Nova, how fast you going to get there? Super fast?
Yeah, I'm flying.
Unleash your powers.
Okay.
Unleash your... Now wait, do you have any conditions?
I have insecure.
What does that affect?
Mom. That affects defending someone or rejecting others' influence.
Okay. All right, so it doesn't affect unleash your powers. There is one on there that affects unleashing your powers. Is it not there?
6. What do I add anything?
You add your freak.
Freak 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Uno momento. I want to see what's going on up here, and I'll be right back. Oh, did you get it? What were you calling?
Oh, I saw 2 purple books. I want to look at it.
Let me look at it, please. Or we'll just show it to... Gimme. Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't the one I wanted. Sorry. I need the masks book that's bigger than the other masks book. Sorry. I forgot which one it was. You're flouncing really well. All right, so... Unleash your powers, right? Mm-hmm. To overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses, roll freak. On a hit, you do it. But on 7 and 9, which is what you got, mark a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. See your flares for a second real quick, sorry. Oh, you don't have the move thing, do you?
What move thing?
There's one of your flares that you can have underneath of her and stuff is a move ability, like a movement ability.
Oh.
Gimme.
I'm gonna mark a condition, and I'm gonna be like angry, but not like angry, but like it's more of an irritated angry because like I had to go down to the counseling and now I'm far away, and she just got hurt, and she's like, come on guys, you're not here, what's taking you so long, type thing. So like an irritated like.
Sounds good. I like it.
Ooh, suggested moves from other playbooks.
Yes, can I?
Oh,
I need you to do a thing. Okay.
Fine.
All right.
What? What do you want?
All right. So take a look at these at this thing, the suggested moves from other playbooks too, because there might be some cool things there. Honestly, all the playbooks have lots of cool stuff. So, or you can kind of say, is there a move where I can, whatever that is. Like I dug through a bunch of stuff to look and see if there was a move where she could use superior to like directly engage instead of using danger. And there is. Eventually, you can find there's one playbook where you can do that. That kind of stuff. Anyway, hi.
Smells like soap. Anyway, yes.
So.
Wait, is Jack coming with you?
If he decides to, it's not up to
Sidekick.
me. Sidekick.
Anyway.
Stop! I've clearly just dug myself a hole and I'm burying myself in it. We're a little bit away from that.
This is a little heart right now, pitter patter. No?
I don't know. It could
These are
happen.
mine.
Be awkward, like, oh my god, I like you. He could be like, oh, that's so sweet. I like you too. You don't know what can happen. You might be embarrassing yourself, but he might find it adorable.
Might. That's like a -3% chance.
I think I want to take the coming lucky. Take this if you want to have an alien animal sidekick.
Oh my god, Fluffy's coming! Fluffy's coming!
No, we're gonna have something even weirder than Fluffy. I think your ship's gonna have a baby. And that's how it's gonna look, but basically it's like the ship has like a drone that it can send out, like a remote scouting module.
Okay, but
that's
can
how
it
it looks.
look like
but
a
since
penguin?
the ship is basically
Can it
animal,
look like a penguin?
since the ship is basically like almost a living thing, its drone thing is sort of almost a living thing. So
It's a
it'll
penguin,
like
but it's like purple
it'll
and you can
deploy its
fly.
support drone, and that'll be basically
Wait, but can it look
Your
like
pet.
a penguin, though?
here. Come here, give me the book for a second.
Yeah.
Space penguin.
Yeah.
You gotta search for space penguin. Okay, come on, Luckiest from the. So
What's its name
I want you to look at
gonna
the. I want you to look at the move before you get the thing, which is under beacon, and the beacon moves.
And I'm guessing the crowd doesn't know what's going on at the moment
They're just really confused, probably.
because of the whole death
Okay, so
thing.
here's how Command Lucky works. Okay, listen. Here's how Command Lucky works. You have a pet of some kind, a smaller companion that helps you out. Detail it. Choose 3 of the basic moves, and explain to us, not right now, how it helps you with those moves. Whenever your pet could help you, take +1 to that move. If your pet ever gets hurt, treat that as though you just took a powerful blow.
Oh!
So,
Let it go.
Don't let Space Penguin get hurt.
so you'll want to write that down in your other moves, like blank section in there, the Command Lucky thing. But I love that. It's a great idea. And since we're not really closely in contact with the planet, I think having it sort of come from the ship makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Your mommy sent you Fluffy.
Either that or like you had a pet and you had an actual pet that was in there and it's been like sort of in the ship and like in a stasis pod or something like that. But I kind of like the idea of it being like a scout module sort of for the telepathic ship that the ship like sends out. Or this time this is the first time you like ever got seriously hurt and the ship is this like sort of like weirdly telepathic, like goes, prime unit has been damaged, deploy support, and it like just
Dad.
sends out support.
It's Bob.
That's not Bob.
Bob!
Do something!
That's the ship, though.
Bob. All
The
right.
ship is telling Bob to do something.
All right, so that's that. You're coming. You took angry?
Amber's coming.
I told you, having angry is not something you're going to have to super worry about. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, give me angry. I can take it. It's just not really great for comfort and support later.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
All right, so you're talking to Jack. You're in the crowd. big cloud of obscuring bleh comes boofing out everywhere. What do? You're not provoked successfully by Palestine. So you hear her shout like, he just really hurt me. Where are you guys? Like in your head. But you're not provoked into rash action, so you don't have to act rashly. You can act however you would normally act. Whether that's assess the situation, whatever.
I want to assess the situation and then...
Nice black eye you got there, sweetie.
It's not a black eye, it's just a scratch.
It's just a scratch. Okay.
Yeah, so yesterday she came down the mountain.
First time we went...
And I couldn't do the pizza, so I just crashed into my mom.
Seriously, at like full
Shoot,
speed.
Full speed, just...
I couldn't even do the pizzas white. I just kept doing the French fries.
I remember when that used to fit me.
I remember when it used to fit Sean.
He used to be in this dress.
Yeah, I made him wear it.
I've got a picture of at least one Sean.
That's
okay,
great.
you need
I
to
love
go
that.
on now, okay, babe?
So
We'll be done in a little bit, okay?
Recording.
All right. So, what are you doing?
So I want to tell Jack what's going on, then assess the situation, and then act on that. I want to cheat.
Assess the... Okay. So you explain it real quickly to Jack. Or what do you... Tell me what that's like. Like, what do you say?
So I like stop mid sentence, like, okay.
Because
so,
you were like in the middle of like this flusterfest.
And I just kind of stop.
And you go all business.
And I go all business. And I'm like, oh my god, okay. So, fake. So, you know how you weren't here at the cafeteria the other day? Well, yeah, so that person who was fake you is now here, but he's Chad. But he's not really Chad because he's fake Chad.
And just stop there because you want it to be as concise as possible. All right. And now take a read of the situation as best as you can with your senses and whatnot.
Okay, I'm going to use 2 moves. So I want to use be mindful of your surroundings.
Oh, what's
which is
that?
When you assess the situation before entering into a fight, you may ask one additional question even on a miss.
Okay.
And then I want to do been reading the files. You've learned about the superhuman world through your mentor's resources. When you first encounter an important superpowered phenomenon, your call, roll plus superior. On a hit, tell the team one important detail you've learned from your studies. The
Okay,
GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember.
Let's do the assess the situation first.
Okay. Which is...
'Cause I'm not sure if he's
assess
gonna-
the situation before entering the fight. You may ask one additional
Yep.
question.
So go ahead and just roll your roll plus superior. And do you have any conditions that affect assess the situation?
No, I do not have any conditions. My superior is +2. Yes, 12.
Okay. So you get 4 questions off the
Okay.
list. Oh my god. No, wait. Sorry, 3 questions off the list.
Okay, 3 questions.
Yep.
All right. Okay, I want to ask, how could we best end this quickly?
Okay.
I want to do what here can I use to immobilize him?
I'm going to have to change that one a little bit.
Okay.
To kind of like, how can I identify him?
Yeah. Oh, please, no.
Don't worry, I'm not
All
letting
right.
go of it.
Okay.
And what's next?
It's a freshman scarf.
Who here is in the greatest danger?
You know, I'll say this: if you pick who here is the biggest threat, the answer is obvious, but it still gives you a +1 forward against that.
Oh.
So sometimes you use assess the situation to ask the obvious question with the obvious
Yeah.
answer because you still get the +1 forward.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna do that instead of what here is what here is in the greatest danger. I want to do what here is the biggest threat, and it's obviously Alias,
Me!
but it's obviously Alias, but then I get a +1 forward to Alias. So yeah, to fight him head on.
Okay, so
You're
you
not
ask, how
going
could we best
directly
end this
to him
quickly?
alone.
How could we best end this quickly? What here is in the what here can I use to identify him?
Yeah.
And what here is the biggest threat?
Yeah.
So Alias is the biggest threat. Maybe. Wait. No. That's actually not the answer.
Well, what here is the biggest threat then?
So how can we best end this quickly is some stuff is happening. He's in amongst the crowd of everybody. And everybody in the various people in the crowd are like taking shots at each other. Because he's like shifting and like taking a cheap shot at somebody and then stepping out.
So people are fighting each other.
But you're getting that people are sort of randomly attacking each other, and you're sort of like inferring from that, like, okay, if this guy can shapeshift, he's making everybody think everybody's attacking him and using the chaos of the situation. That seems bad. Ending this quickly would be clarifying the situation somehow, so everybody realizes what's going on. That would end things quickly because he's just trying to sow chaos. Okay. The biggest danger is this powder cloud thing is massively volatile. You're getting the tang of it in your nose and on your tongue. And if any kind of major temperature variation happens, it's going to react hugely explosively.
Okay, so I don't go near the black cloud.
Well, you don't know yet. But that's the biggest danger is basically this thing is right now obscuring vision, but potentially hugely damaging to the whole area.
Okay.
I mean, he could level the football, the whole playing field with this thing in like a
Crap,
firestorm.
can I ask that?
Napalm sticks to children. Napalm
Oh,
sticks to kids.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Where is Sergeant Surge?
He's
Because he has like the microphone to the speakers
yes.
for the outside.
Yes.
So yeah.
What's up?
I gotta go take the
I could
stuff
go to the
back. It's
bathroom.
on. It's out.
Oh right, yeah.
So I gotta go.
Okay. I'll keep them from setting each other on fire.
Billy's going to the bathroom.
Okay. Thanks.
She
Zoe.
tells me, I'll if she tells me.
I'm sure she will.
I'll go over and rip the microphone out of Serge's hand, or at least try.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get near the black cloud if she tells me about
The problem is that Surge is kind of in the black cloud. So, but that doesn't mean you can't. You kind of
I just have to make sure I don't unleash anything.
heat.
Yeah.
Well, how did you get the?
Well, but
civilian?
I
how'd you get the
naturally produce more heat than ever. Than
How did
other
you get the
people.
civilian out of the building, though? Do you remember?
She wrapped it up in cobwebs and took it away.
No, you. Well, okay. How did you get the? How did you get honor roll out of the building?
I blew hot air, but that's hot. Okay.
Yeah, who knows? But you can create like sort of a, maybe a really strong blast of hot air across the thing, and that would be enough to disperse it. Maybe, who knows? Or an updraft, suck it up into the air. Or who knows?
Okay. Well, she has.
Or
to
you
tell
screw
me
up and
first.
everybody gets third-degree burns and second and third-degree burns, and that goes poorly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fear your own
Oh, so
powers.
she's-
Fear them because you're a
she's-
Nova and you're supposed to fear them.
She's trying to blow away the gas.
Well, I
Trying to
don't
figure out
know.
somewhere.
No, you haven't even told me about
Yeah,
it.
right, yeah. So, but you can very quickly. I'm not trying to prevent that from happening. Anyway, okay. So, what here's the biggest threat is the flammable powder. Not even flammable, temperature reactive powder. It will react to any I say major because you can find it's a question of what constitutes major.
Yeah.
It would react to drops in temperature too. It's just ridiculously reactive stuff.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Once all your conditions are marked, are you still in it?
Yep.
Okay.
Until you need to mark one and you can't.
Okay.
So Jack can't do anything
Why not?
because
Oh yeah, he's not a nice guy.
really, because we never figured that out. You never told me what he is.
Yeah, he's
You
not.
said that I get to decide.
I know kind of what he is.
I class should know too because my character is friends with him and we should all know because we're in gym class. So, let it out, boy. Tony.
He's got like sort of ghost powers. That's why his t-shirt looks like that.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Not like phasing, that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Also
yeah.
possibly summoning ghosts or seeing dead people. I don't know.
I'm shook.
I'm shook.
Yes. Please don't. I'm still recording. I will be done soon.
Can I have a hug, Zoe?
Okay.
Okay, there's a possibility that if I miss a burn, then I'll have all my conditions marked, but it's okay.
Okay, so you're going to burn?
Yeah.
All right. So you've got... What'd you do?
After, if
Wait,
she
what
tells
did
me.
you do?
Actually, I'm not going to burn. It depends if she tells me.
What did she do? What did she do?
I was hugging her and then she walked into my arm.
And it pinned back on your chair? Nice.
Yeah.
All right. We need
He's
to take a
gonna
bow for
tell us
blow.
what's going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to like. Well, obviously, I'm going to tell you guys through the kinetic link, but I want to let everybody know, guys. There's a
Okay,
super
first
dangerous
tell me
shape-
because I
Yeah.
might spend a
I'm
burn.
telling you.
Okay, good.
The powder is super flammable.
Powder is super flammable. Ember, try not to mess this up.
Okay.
Ugh.
Powder is super flammable. The guy is transforming into people to ensure chaos. And everything's going downhill really fast. So we need to get everybody inside, everybody who's normal inside, well, away from the powder. We need to get the powder somewhere else, and then we need to figure out where Alias is, and get him.
You would have picked up the name Alias, which is kind of got handed over to you. Do you want to roll been reading the files or no?
Yes.
Oh, I have a
Well, go ahead.
oh no, she can do that.
Do your burn. Or do
Oh, okay.
That way you've got at least... Ooh.
One,
Snake eyes.
2. Yeah, I have to mark every single condition, but I get 2 burn.
So wait, so read me the burn thing.
Okay, so when you charge up your powers, roll plus conditions. So I roll and I
plus
got
2.
2.
And the gas
Oh.
explodes.
So
no,
mark potential.
on a hit, hold 3 burn. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition. On a miss, hold 2 burn and mark 3 conditions. And all left, I have marked 3. I only have 3 more
So
conditions
you
left, so
are-
I have to mark all of my
You are
conditions.
hopeless, guilty, afraid. Everything could go wrong here.
Yeah, basically. Do I get to mark potential? Sweet.
Yeah, because you rolled. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to mark potential.
But I
Sweet.
still have 2 burn, which is good. Because I'm either planning on doing moat, which could block everyone, but I don't really think that will help. I was thinking of doing overcharge, which is I channel the full capacity of my incredible powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape my environment, or extend my senses. Spend 2
Ooh,
burn to
reshape
take,
your environment would be pretty
spend
cool.
2 burn to take a 10+ when you unleash your powers.
Yeah, that would definitely do it.
I think that
Basically, it'd be a question of... I've got a cool idea of like what that would look like. Like, how could you deal with this thing that's like super reactive to heat by using heat? That would be crazy, but
it'd be awesome.
you're using burn, so that's totally fine.
Where
And-
are our teachers?
Well, Serge is right there.
That's what I'm doing.
You guys are reacting super quickly to a lot of this stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
literally the powder is still like flowing out. She's like burned a hole through the side of the school to get out to you guys so fast, and your like reaction
Ever
is
showing another example of no control.
well, we'll say, she's decision matrix challenged. Palacy.
Yeah.
So, how you doing?
I'm sad.
I mean,
You actually hear like a voice through your thing. The ship like it doesn't say words, but it sort of like squawks an alarm when your pain receptors go off, and
My squishy
like,
is in
kind
such
of like
great condition.
it kind of like squawks. The question is basically like, do I retrieve you? And you're like, no. And they're like, okay, well then alternative solution is now on the way. Since you're not saying it can't come and scoop you up into its healing cocoon, like it's doing it's doing the alternative option.
Penguin.
Space penguin. No.
His name is Quacky.
So-
Have you come up with a name?
No.
No.
You'll figure it out.
Time won't happen.
Time will
It doesn't have to be a penguin either.
All right, I'm doing my
It can be a
penguin
I
penguin.
files.
found a really cute space penguin.
You've learned about the superhuman world through your mental resources. When you first encounter an important superpowered phenomenon, your call roll plus superior, which is my +2. And I'm cheating.
Fine. Carry on.
Because she said you want to know everything so that you can pinpoint their weaknesses. This is what I'm telling.
Now, this is the only time you get to use the cheating thing. You only get the bonus once.
You know what? I'm not... If I don't use my cheating, I have a 9. If I do use my cheating, I have a 10. I want to see what this looks like.
That's a perfect time to have to worry about that. So you're going to do the Unleash Your Powers and take a 10, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So on a 9...
Freak 10. Mark.
So on a hit, it's I'll tell what I've learned from my studies. The GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different. And then on a 10 plus, I can ask you a follow-up question, and you have to answer it honestly.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Should I
Alright.
just leave it as a hit, like what's different?
No, take the 10
Or-
plus so you can ask a follow-up question. That's cool.
Okay, yeah. All right, cool.
All right. So I tell you stuff?
You've learned about the superhuman world through Mentor's
Yeah,
resources. When you first encounter an important superpowered phenomenon, roll plus superior. On a hit, tell the team one important detail you've learned from your studies.
Okay, what's one important detail you've learned from your studies about... Because when she said alias, you realize that you've read at least part of a file, you've skimmed a file or something about...
And that was who Vigil thought. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't know that necessarily, but yeah.
Alias, he can copy people's appearances. He can put in more effort to copy their internal, like, heartbeat, breath sounds, movement, but he can't copy their powers.
Okay, but what other powers does he have?
It's not documented.
Okay, what?
No, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know
It's
that.
in the quick summary thing. Complete body control, superhuman speed, superhuman
Oh, okay.
strength, and
Okay.
basically like tapped in at the end, devious mind, which is probably...
Okay.
Actually, that's not... the note from Vigil in the file, and it's the only real reason that you remember the file, because you've been had to go through so many of these things, is fractal mind.
That's cool. I don't know what that means, but okay. And then you have to tell me what, if anything, seems different from what I remember, or from what.
What you'd inferred from all of this?
Yeah.
Because your file was that Alias had tangled a number of times with both Vigil directly as well as with Oversight.
Mm-hmm.
What's different? In your reading, you'd always seen it was like sort of a facial mimicry thing, but Jack and Chad are nowhere near the same physical build,
Yeah.
and he's
So he's stronger.
definitely seems to be able to mimic
Full body.
more so than before, more so than you would have expected, because you're
So he's either being boosted or he's just gotten better.
But it wouldn't change his strength, like being in Chad's body.
No.
no,
Yeah.
but
He
he's
just
already
changed his
but the guy's
appearance.
already super fast and super strong anyway, so he can fake Chad pretty easily. But he's not going to be you and suddenly have fire abilities.
Yeah.
He can't copy powers, and that seems to track. Actually, the biggest thing is that he has always worked alone, and he doesn't. So much stuff is happening right now that you're having trouble believing that he's working by himself, and that seems to be probably the bigger thing. I'm not going to go with the body thing. I'm going to go with the
He's not working on himself.
which is weird because he typically doesn't do that. Okay. we don't really have to roll for your thing.
Wait,
So
I
what-
could ask you a follow-up question.
Oh, right, sure. Follow-up question.
Okay. What is the best way to take him down?
Good. Great minds think alike. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Darn it.
What is the best way to take him down? This is not going to be information that you're going to ask for, but it's going to be information that tells you things.
Okay.
Vigil never managed it. Ever.
Crap!
Mind blasts don't seem to work on him because of his fractal mind. If you guys look up like a fractal, the idea is that
Yeah.
a big thing that is a certain shape is made up of
Yeah, that we studied
infinite
fractals.
tinier things that are the same shape, but like so.
It just goes on forever.
Yeah. So mind blasts don't seem to work. I mean, theoretically, like overwhelming firepower, drop a nuke on them kind of thing, but that's sort of true. Like, a stake through the heart will kill a vampire. Newsflash, a stake through the heart will actually kill most things. I mean, that's not just exclusive to vampires.
Yeah.
So, he is in hand-to-hand, unmatched. He's ridiculously strong. He's ridiculously fast.
So if
He
I
can
could
be-
get him from far away, but I don't think I'm strong enough yet.
Well,
to
if you
do
can get
that.
him from far away and also hit him in a way and hit him so fast or so unaware that he doesn't sense it coming, because he's like
It's all on your shoulders. Don't mess it up.
because he's ridiculously good at fighting, evading attacks.
Could she shift into him and get his powers and stuff?
No.
No, but shapeshifting into him would be tricky anyway. Because what does he look like? Or they? I should almost say they, because who knows?
Does he never go into his own body or something?
I don't even think that he would remember, like, what his own body would look like.
Yeah, who knows?
So
It's
he
hard to
was
say.
just Jack until he decided to be Chad.
Or somebody else.
Or
something.
maybe he was
He
just
might have been
faceless.
Mr. Brick.
Well, if you guys remember the flashback, you guys wouldn't know this, but if you remember the flashback when he waved his hand over his head, so I'm done being Jack, his face was just blank after that.
Maybe he doesn't feel he has an identity. Who knows, though?
Okay. Wait. So, can I do something now?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Tell me what this looks like, getting rid of this stuff.
Well.
I thought you said that you had an idea for it.
Yeah.
I do. I can tell. If you want me to do the thing, then
Yeah, you do it.
all right.
Because I mean,
All right, give me a second because I'm just trying to find. This is not a good picture, but it's not a terrible one. Where is it?
This is how we charge
What are you doing?
She's charging up.
What else do you
Seriously?
think she'd be doing?
Yeah, duh.
Silver? No.
This guy is gonna be really hard to beat, by the way. Like,
Yeah, so we're not beating him today.
Well, yeah, it was not. That wasn't the intent. I mean,
like
not really.
seriously?
I can't find this guy.
I have to make my
What do I do with him?
brother for this.
Can't find this
and
guy.
Talk about my powers and be like, dude, do you know them?
I get to meet my spaceman.
Oh, there we go.
I changed his picture. He's adorable.
I mean, this is
But
not.
he can actually.
This is a different dude
He can
entirely,
actually
but that's
fly
the.
on like.
I mean, that's like the face thing I was
That's my
thinking.
space penguin, but he can actually fly on like a real penguin.
It's
Oh
crazy.
my god, I just want to cuddle it.
God. Okay.
He's like laser eyes, like.
But that would pop the little bubble around his face.
Okay. So
He can breathe out of atmosphere. He's so cute, and then he has like this deep monotone voice, like, "We have to get you out of."
okay. So what you see Nova do? No. What you see Ember do is you fly in like really, really low over the crowd. Okay. Actually, you come down along the track because there aren't as many people on that, and you see Surge see you coming.
And he's already like, his eyes kind of pulse like in the same way that another person would be like, and he turns back towards the crowd. So you fly up into the cloud and then straight up really fast to create like a
vacuum
vortex
type thing?
kind
Yeah.
of updraft kind of thing. Even as you're flying into the crowd, the powder around you is starting to ignite. Okay?
The crowd or the cloud?
The cloud. Did I say the crowd?
Wait,
I meant
but I'm not like.
just wait. You're not going to hurt anybody. I promise. Or at least you're really hoping you're not going to hurt anybody, but you're still really worried about it, which is why all the conditions. Okay? So you're kind of going into this thing and like spiraling and doing, and you, as soon as you get up into the, what you figure is like the worst of it, you start to go up. Okay? And it's sucking in after you, even as it's igniting. Okay? But it's being pulled along with you, so it's being pulled away from everybody. And just to make sure that that happens, Surge turns around, flips both of his fists, and sonic blasts the entire crowd of students to knock them flat and backwards.
Oh my god.
Because it's Surge, and he can entirely defend that that was the right choice to make, even if it wasn't maybe the nicest thing to do, because it's Surge, and that's how he solves problems. In the most efficient, not nice way that he can. Sort of. So he's knocking them flat to get them low because heat rises, right? And you're coming up like this. So she goes in low on the track, comes up and is sucking all this stuff even as it's igniting, and then kind of throws the heat out. So it bursts almost like a wing blast, like wing after effects, kind of
so
around like this
cool.
whoosh, and it all ignites as it, like the black goes out, and as it goes out, it's like burning out as it goes. And it is bright. It's like a phosphorus brightness, like bright white. Everyone's like, ah! Those who aren't like going, because they just got knocked flat on the ground. Surge is
He tried.
scorched, but it's Surge, so
I don't
whatever.
really care.
I was just saying,
He
like,
deserves
You
it.
whatever.
deserved that.
At least he.
Jack Hole. Anyway, all right. So that's actually that addresses the worst of the issue.
Well, yeah, except for the unbeatable.
He's not unbeatable. He's not
Vigil never did it. How am I supposed to do it?
that pretty much.
Not ready. Once we're ready, we can do it.
Who knows? Who knows when you're going to be ready? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow. Who can say?
I can.
I volunteer to say. I volunteer as tribute. Okay, so, and we're just gonna pause the thing right there. So we've got the crowd knocked flat. This is not good for you. Sonic blast not good for hypersensitive girl.
Yep.
But you're in a crowd, so it kind of gets soaked a little bit. Everybody's knocked flat. It's chaos and nonsense for the next probably 10, 15 minutes while everything gets sorted. People come rushing out of the school. You come back down to the ground, absolutely shaking with adrenaline rush and exhaustion and just trembling. It's probably 10 minutes before your hands and your knees stop jittering and kind of thing. He broke your arm in 3 places. Just below the shoulder and then on both sides of the elbow. It would have been worse, except you have a couple extra bones in there that he didn't probably
Know about.
know about. But and you can deal with it by adding some extra muscle layers around to kind of hold it in place and stuff like that. But it legit hurts in ways that you
Just
have,
give you some
in pain that you haven't
painkillers.
been subjected to since
Birth.
no, since the escape from the planet and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, and about like when you're just like, oh God, what do I do? Very, very quickly, when the drone first shows up, it does not look like a cute space penguin. If you remember what your ship looked like, it looks a lot like that, and you're like, people are kind of like, tiny weird bug thing, and you're like, you need something a little bit more palatable, and it starts to shapeshift into what people would think of as more palatable.
Face penguin.
And you end up with something that it maybe aired too much on this cute side of things. It's like, everyone's scared of you. Now no one will take you seriously. But, whatever. Bonus, I guess.
Tinky Winky.
All right, so we don't. What time is it?
12:30.
We don't have a ton of time before your mom
Still
shows up.
30 minutes.
I know, but we don't have a ton of time, and there's a few things that we need to do to wrap things up. Did you?
Oh,
did
should
you,
we do the going into a fight together as a team?
The fight's over. He can shapeshift. There's a chaotic crowd. He gets away. This will not be a fight at this time. Trust me, Ember's happy about this not suddenly becoming a fight because she's got 5 conditions right now.
And I have a broken arm.
And you have and she has a broken arm. You're fine. Do you want a one-on-one alias right now?
Not really.
Not really. No. Probably.
Oh, I can't wait to talk to Vigil about this.
Well, actually, technically, it wouldn't be 1-on-1. It'd be 2-in-1 because you have your lover.
Oh.
At least put the word boy on the end of that, so I'm not completely creeped out.
Lover boy.
Lover boy.
That's what they call PETA in the Hunger Games.
Lover boy. All right.
It's not like that.
Okay. So,
But it is.
what do you do once it becomes clear that he's gonna? I mean, you know he's gonna get away at this point. You've assessed the situation. You know he's gonna. There's no way you're gonna be able to like track him down in this nonsense. You need to actually kind of face him probably to get a solid read on him, unleash your powers, and figure out like how to identify him. So that's kind of on your to-do list.
Yeah, I need to. There's a lot of things I need to do. Do I have a solid read on Jack right now?
Yeah, you know Jack no matter what at this point.
Do I have a solid read? Palazine, I don't even need to worry about getting a solid read on Palazine.
Yeah, you guys can get you can get each other pretty
Ember,
well.
I need to get a solid
Oh,
read
sorry.
on.
It's okay, I understand. You're wired. I get it.
I need to get a solid read on Ember.
So Ember is super shaky and kind of like freaking out a little bit because that could have gone so wrong, her little maneuver and stuff like that. What do you do or say or about any of that?
I just walk up to her and give her a hug.
What do you say though with that after the hug part's done? Do you say anything with that? Do you comfort and support is what I'm saying here because
Yes.
you've got 5 conditions?
Yes.
What do you say?
You're gonna be okay. Everybody's gonna be okay because you're awesome.
It's not
And I trust you.
Ooh. You guys are all kind of like in a little clump sort of thing, like talking afterwards also.
Bubbles!
You roll comfort and support.
Okay.
What's your mundane?
0.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be her mundane.
Actually, no. Right now it's -1
10.
because you moved it up.
Yeah.
10. Yes.
A 10. No kidding. Huh, look at that. All right, hey, guess what it is? Comfort and support. When you comfort and support someone, roll mundane. On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential, clear a condition, or shift their labels if they open up to you. What
You
do you?
might want to clear a condition.
You're great. You're awesome. They're okay. You're amazing.
And I trust you.
And I trust you. And what do you?
Do you really trust me that I won't like screw everything up?
Yeah.
I asked the question.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Okay, so
Of course not.
you trust her not to screw everything up? Okay, so you take +1 forward. So just write that down. You've got a +1 for your next roll, whatever that happens to be.
Okay.
And you mark potential, which is actually going to ding you. Again.
I'm really not dinged. Everybody else got dinged this
Wait.
+1 forward to what?
Just +1 forward on your next roll. You just have a bone. You just have a +1 floating around.
Okay. Also, do I get to
You get to take off a condition. You get to clear a condition.
a condition?
It's the third session
So-
and she's already gone through it twice.
So yeah, so what happened there is she did her team move, her victory move, which is opening up and saying, "Are you afraid of me?" And since you said no, she gets potential.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
Yeah, she gets potential and she gets a +1 forward. Plus the comfort and support. They mark potential, clear condition. You get to clear a condition for that. And on a 10+, you can either add team to the pool or clear a condition yourself.
I don't have any conditions, so I'm gonna
Well,
add
I
a
feel
team to the
like
pool.
my anger probably would have like dissipated by now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna take anger.
You're not angry, you're just jittery.
So I'm going to add a point of pool, a point
You
of
just can't
Team to the
still.
pool.
You're
point
like,
of
that
team
was
to the
amazing.
pool.
I was like, but that was really dope though, right?
All right, so we got that extra point of team to the pool, which is awesome. You've got a +1 just kind of floating out there for your next roll that you need.
Yeah.
Remember that.
I also now
I
need
have a
2.
space cadet.
What's that? And you've got an advance that
Mm-hmm.
you can choose to use in whatever
Ooh, I
way.
can unlock 3 new players.
You've got your pet. Where's your potential at right now?
2.
Does anybody else have anything else they want to say to anybody, do to anybody? Comfort and support. I really want to jump in on this comfort and support action. Any of that kind of stuff.
I can comfort and support her, but like with her arm, like, hey, are you okay? Good job. Like, and you figured it
Group
out.
hug.
It's like you figured it out, like who you're able to like penetrate.
All right,
his
it's
mind.
time
That
for
was
you to
insane.
go to the nurse.
Yeah.
Oh, but good job. You figured it out. We
Like-
never would have figured out what was going on. Blah, blah, blah.
Like, and you were able
Breaking
to
your arm
get
sucks.
through
I
his-
know. I've done it 5 times.
She's in the middle of comfort and support. Let her.
You were like able to use your brain, your weird brain powers, which is really cool. You did a good job with that.
Look at your team moves.
Oh yeah, look at your team moves. See if there's anything you guys want to. What's your team moves?
My team move is that if I ask, when I share a triumphant celebration with someone, ask them if you've been a good leader or an effective teammate. If they say yes, your mentor loses influence over you and you mark potential. If they say no, your mentor gains influence over you and you take +1 forward on using the label your mentor applies.
Alright. I don't know that you were necessarily
can't-
like leader mode yet on this
No.
one. Not really. You
This
were-
one was really just me informing you guys of some stuff.
Yeah. So I
Like
don't-
me and Palestine informed Ember did all the heavy lifting.
yeah.
Eat.
Ooh.
What?
When you share a vulnerability or weakness with somebody, tell them a secret about your mentor, including your feelings towards them if you want. Give them influence over you and add 1 team to the pool. That would be like, how many of these do you have marked? I'm having a lot of trouble figuring out how much potential you have here. 2? Is it 2
2,
potential you
that's
have marked?
2.
Yeah, erase those other ones a little bit better so I can
I
tell.
did.
Do you have
You're just bad.
one
My
that...
one is take influence over them if you show them meaningful affection, so that might work. And then they decide if it's meaningful.
Okay. Which one? Do you guys not have influence? One of you guys doesn't have influence over the other right
She
now,
doesn't have influence over me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. We're gonna do. Then we'll do the sort of the end of session.
Although,
move.
does her comforting me, does that give us influence?
Nope. But you can decide that I like that, and I'm going to give influence to. There's a thing at the end. There's the end of the session.
Wait,
Right?
I'm trying to pick an advancement.
The thing.
Yeah.
All right. We'll start with everybody else then. Palacine. Do you feel closer to the team, further away from the team, or have you grown more into your own image of yourself?
Closer to the team.
All right. Who gets influence? Who is the focal point of that closer to the teamness that you're feeling?
I feel like Ember.
Amber.
Amber.
Okay. Cool.
Because
So-
she was off in the counseling office. And then
just
the
came
second
blasting.
I said it, she came to...
It's pretty cool.
You know, I was already there.
Exactly.
I was
It wasn't really hard for you.
trying to flirt.
No effort. You were
And
doing. You were
failing.
very, very bad at it.
in
Okay,
high
so
school, I'm
you
allowed to fail.
you already have influence over Palacine. So you get to mark potential. Let's. I want to go through this real quick so you guys can understand this thing. Team mechanics. No, that's not it. Do. Don't do that, please. End of session. At the end of session, choose one. If you choose grow closer to the team, explain who made you feel welcome, give influence to that character, and you can clear a condition or mark potential. Okay? So you get to pick either clearing a condition or marking potential. It's up to you.
I'm going to clear insecure.
Clear, insecure. Okay, cool. You already had influence, so you get to shift her labels. So you get to shift one up and one down.
I also know what I'm doing for my advancements.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to unlock 3 new flares.
Oh, what are you picking?
I'm going to pick Reality Storm, Snatch, and Move.
Explain, please.
So
Okay.
Reality Storm.
You channel a destructive burst with your power. Spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat using your powers, rolling plus freak instead of plus danger. If you do, you will cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn. But
So she gets to roll freak instead of danger, but she has to spend another burn if she doesn't want it to hurt
Yeah. People.
people.
Snatch, spend 1 burn to use your powers to seize any one object up to the size of a person from someone within view.
Oh, that's cool.
You may not be able to like grab it and bring it to you, but you can like go, you don't get to have this anymore because it's in a ball of fire.
Yeah.
Um,
Move. Spend 1 burn to move to any place you choose within the scene, breaking through or slipping past any barriers or restraints in your way. Spend a 2nd burn to move to any place you've previously been.
which is crazy because like, oh, I was, in New York in that one scene. I'd like to be there now.
Yeah.
That's
Way,
obviously
way.
obviously flying very, very fast, but cool. Yeah, awesome.
Okay, now I'm going to shift your labels. Okay.
Just don't shift one that would give her like a condition because it's already mad. So don't raise her mundane or whatever, because that would just give her a condition. Haha. In the other game that we played online, we didn't let people see people's character sheets, so they had to just guess on what they were going to move. And sometimes the influence, like I'm going to give them influence. Okay, I'm going to raise your mundane and this other thing down. Okay, that can't move, so I take a condition.
I think that you should take down her mundane and then pull up the thing that she has the lowest on.
No, let her do it.
I mean, I'm suggesting. I'm not
She's good at
saying.
mundane. Let her be good at mundane. Just because you're terrible at it.
Wait, what's
terrible at
superior again? What's that?
Superior is like
Planning.
planning, thinking,
What's savior, basically?
Saving
protecting other people, like defend, that kind of stuff. She used savior for her. No, she used. Didn't we have superior for a couple of your moves today?
For provoke.
Provoke,
Okay, so
and you
what's
did
superior?
you did the. Wasn't one of your
What
other
did she
moves?
use for
Can I see your, what
getting
was your
into
sheet?
his mind?
That was provoke, or no, that was pierce the mask, which was off of mundane anyway. She had. I don't remember what the other move was that she did. I feel like you had to roll superior a couple times today, though.
Yeah.
So that could certainly be it.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to raise superior by 1 and bring down mundane by 1.
Aw,
Sorry.
you're good at thinking stuff.
But, I don't think bringing down danger would work because, and freak wouldn't work because you were really
Well, how do you
powerful.
think about this? How do you see her? Do you see her as a dangerous person?
No.
Then lower danger.
Okay.
Leave her mundane up there. That's like a lower danger. Let it be -2.
This is not good.
It's not naturally a violent person, even with the saber teeth. Besides, it makes
I
combat
never
be.
had a need to be dangerous.
Yeah. Besides, freak. You got your freak.
Freaky boy.
Okay, so
my turn?
that was Palcine. So closer to the team, farther away from the team, more into your image of yourself.
More to my own image of myself.
Okay, then shift your labels.
All right.
One up, one down.
Looking down.
That's all you have to do.
All right. Host.
Ember.
All right. I'm bringing my
Same.
mundane up.
I didn't say it. I was just letting out air.
I'm
Ember.
bringing my mundane up and my freak down.
Freak down. Okay.
Okay.
Not gonna try to cap out superior at 3.
Nope.
All right. It's more important that you get better at talking to Jack.
Seriously, it's
Okay. Closer to the team, farther away from the team, more in your image of yourself.
Closer to the team.
Closer to the team. Who?
Well, she comforted and supported me.
That's true.
Was something I wasn't really expecting type thing because of what happened last time. I was expecting her to be more angry and upset.
Oh my
with
God,
me.
you suck, boy.
No. All right, cool.
So
Okay, so you write down influence. You don't shift your labels because you didn't already have influence. You get to clear condition or mark potential. I would clear conditions because you have more than enough.
I'm gonna clear hopeless.
Yay! Not hopeless.
That's
And then
the
I need
-2
to erase all
to
of
unleash
these.
your power.
Oh, that's good too.
So I'm down with. So first of all, I want to make none of what you wrote down that you had texted her is anything I'm throwing out. It's just there's more also going on.
Your dad was a supervillain. I'm kidding.
Wait.
Yeah, he was totally Lex Luthor. No, I'm kidding. So the stuff that you had written down is like all great, absolutely going to use it, but there's also some more that you don't know.
Okay.
That will be more. So yes,
Find it out.
don't worry. Family drama is coming. It's all coming.
So am I not meeting my brother today?
Oh, you are absolutely me. Not today.
Okay.
No, next time after school.
Next time I get to talk
We-
to Beardroll.
It's kind of funny because honestly, I mean, the online sessions are kind of funny to me because like we would have gotten about as far as you guys' one-on-one meetings, and we would have almost been done with the session on the online things because we don't get to play for as long. We only get to play for like 2 hours, but we get to play every week, so it kind of balances out. All right, good session.
Yes.
Cool. Learn more stuff.
Yeah.
Figure out who Miss Agatha is.
Yes.
Sort of. You kind of only half know who Miss Agatha is, but at least now you know how you got that invite to the school.
Oh my god.
She watched you.
I just killed my relationship with Jack.
No, you enriched it. You enriched it. What are we gonna call this session?
Session?
Relationship problems.
Relationship 101.
Why I hate gym class.
That's really good.
Yeah.
All right. Why I hate gym class. There we go.
Because it's useless and no one actually needs it.
I can hear you with my.
Sonic hearing. You're not leaving. You're stuck